evening, rockers. Vegas Rock Goddess here on the Rocks. Total entertainment coming to you live from somewhere off the Las Vegas Strip. Today, another Nashville artist. My friend, happy birthday to her, Jasmine Cain. Jasmine Cain and I met a few months back in Nashville for Rockin' Podfest. And we became close friends immediately. She is absolutely amazing. She has so many accolades for songwriting, best rock band, best alternative band. She is an amazing songwriter, a great person. Can't wait till she comes in and we're going to start chatting with her. All right, let's let her in. All right, Jasmine, are you there? She's getting logged in. Well,
I'm
hello.
on the phone.
Well, hello. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
Oh
We
my God.
just got to Cincinnati.
Oh, okay. Was the drive okay?
Yeah, so far so good. We're trying to make it to Upper Sandusky tomorrow for singing in the morning. So
Sounds good. You guys made some tracks today.
yeah, a little bit. We had to get partway down there because load-in is so early that we just got to get down the road. So
Right, right. Well, hey, thanks for coming on. I mean, when I met you, I knew we were going to be instant friends.
I know, it was great. That was my first interview of the day. You were my first one at Rockin' Pod, and I just thought it was awesome. What a great way to get started.
Right. I mean, we had so much fun. And that's why I'm glad you're on because, I was telling the viewers before you came on, I mean, we talked a little bit about this, but you have so many accolades. I mean, you are so amazing.
We're really lucky. We're really fortunate. And we've been doing this a long time, so it's just so nice to have so many people recognize your work over the course of this many years and this many albums. And once you kind of get their attention, um, I feel like we worked really hard in the beginning to get people's attention, and then from that point on, it was just kind of like they were waiting for the next. Is the next going to be better than the last? Is the next going
Right.
to be, something like a step up from what you've already done? And I feel like so far we've done that. We've done that pretty much every album. It's just been a step up, or in another dimension, we've leveled up in some way of what we were doing before.
Yeah, I mean, you've gotten like last year, I know we didn't talk about this, but you guys got best alternative rock band. You got 2024's best live performance. I mean, there
Yeah, both of those were from the National Industry Music Awards. It used to be just Nashville Industry Music Awards, the NEMAs, but then they went national. So that was more like, nationwide, which is awesome. And the one that we never talked about either, we didn't get a chance to say much about, was the Josie Music Awards, which
yes,
is the largest independent music or award show really in the United States. And we were the rock artist of the year, not men's, not women's, but like rock overall.
right.
And I think they had like 60,000 entries last year. So, I mean, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, you're so talented. I've been watching your videos. Killer. I mean, Evil Disco and then Let It Go. I mean, who directs your videos, Jasmine?
I pretty much come up with all the storyboards and decide like
Oh,
what it's gonna be, and I decide kind of choose who's gonna do the parts and whatever. I try to use friends because I'm just surrounded by like so many talented people in my
oh, I
life. Like
know.
I feel like there's just like when you're an artist yourself, it just kind of like your circle becomes that of artists also.
Right.
And of course, art breeds more art, and it's an awesome cycle to be in. And so I've used the same videographer, and he and I work together to direct this. And his name is Thomas Crane, and I know a lot of other artists use him as well. Like he does all the Saliva videos and
Oh,
like
yeah.
the
Sounded
Queensryche and
familiar. Yeah.
yeah. So Kill Devil Films is the name of his company, and Thomas and I have been working together for a long time, like before he started doing all these additional bands. So I feel like I was in on the ground floor of
Hey,
like discovering who Thomas Crane was. I love that. He's so crazy talented. He's so crazy. Um, and we love working with him so much. Like our Victory music video was his 200th music video.
oh
So
my God, being
yeah,
crazy. Now, do you ever
yeah.
incorporate any of your live videos in your performance?
I would like to, but unfortunately, like LED screens would be absolutely necessary in that
Yeah,
case. And a lot of the stages just aren't equipped with the LED wall.
right.
And we would have to put an entire LED show together to be
Yeah,
able to entertain that, which is not out of the question. It's not, because we've really been looking at our production here lately. We've got some big ideas for what we want to do to increase it in 2026 even. And if we find the right sponsors and the right things and the right pieces fall into place, we've already got the people. We're surrounded by motorcycle
oh yeah.
people.
Gonna-
So if it comes to like creating or welding or
right.
machining a prop or a stage or anything like part of our gear, we've got the people to be able to do that. So it's the ideas are there, the sketches are there. We're just trying to get the money, just trying to get the sponsors and the money so that we can take the show visually where we see it already.
Yeah, I mean, because you're such a visual artist, and
Yeah.
that would be an amazing show. Because you know what? You would definitely have to play Vegas for that one.
Well, Fremont's got a nice video wall. Maybe
I
we can make
know.
that happen.
I know. See, we got to get you out to Fremont Street.
Girl, get me on that Fremont experience. I'm ready.
I'm telling you, like, what's your songwriting process? Because I mean, we kind of touched a little bit on that, but you're constantly writing, right?
As much as possible, but I'm also at the mercy of wherever I am. So we do like 150 to 170 shows a year. And so you can count on me being on the road double that amount of time because you got to travel there. And so, I mean, I'm looking at 300 at least, but bare bones 300 days a year, I'm gone. So when it comes to songwriting, you're either doing it with your immediate band, which we do write together, or a lot of times I just kind of set myself up of like a 2 week block and I'm just like, you know what? We're going to write a song or two every single day for the next 2 weeks. That's it, right?
Right.
That's all we're going to do this next couple of weeks is just write a bunch of shit and just get it all down as much as we possibly can. And when we do that, it's usually in Nashville and it's usually at a studio called Cygnus Sounds where we
Okay.
write with our friends and co-writers for not only this last album, Attitude is Everything, but the one prior to that too, Seven album. We wrote with them on that as well. So they're
Yeah.
great friends of ours. They've got their in-home studio, which we've tracked most of this record with. Um, and he's an incredible producer. Caleb is ridiculously talented. Again, I'm so lucky to have those people, to call and just say, "Hey, I want to do this stuff," because he's producing the song as we're writing it, like in real time.
So
It's
crazy.
so fast.
Yeah, and
He can,
you know Brian Gamboa too.
we just talked the other day. He came and borrowed one of my bass amps from me. He got a gig playing bass, and I was like,
Oh
he says,
wow.
"I need it." I know. I was surprised. He goes, "I need to borrow a bass amp." And I'm like, "Boy, I got a bunch to pick from. Go to the but I wasn't home, of course, so
Yeah.
he had to go and raid my basement." But yeah,
He's a great
he's
guy
a great
too.
guy too, and he's got
Yeah.
a studio too. We talked about
Yeah.
writing and working together too.
He's got
So,
a
and
very
that,
cool studio.
yeah, he built it. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. But
I know.
I know you talked about you have 300 shows a year. Let's talk about the next 2 months because I saw all the Sturgis gigs. I saw all the outdoor festivals.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. How excited are you to play Sturgis again?
Well, Sturgis, for those that don't know, is where I was born and raised. I'm born in Sturgis, South Dakota. I was born on Main Street at the Mattsberry Clinic, right in the middle of the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally in 1978. So I came by this pretty naturally. I grew up on a cattle ranch outside of Sturgis, so I didn't really get into the whole, you know, experience until later on in life. But one of the cool things about being in South Dakota as a musician is that you don't have to be 21 to play music in bars. Um, as long as you're not dealing with alcohol and you're nowhere near the
Right.
bar area, you can perform at any age. So, I mean, I was performing Sturgis motorcycle rallies from when I was like early teens, like preteens.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I've seen some stuff, girl.
Yeah, you have.
But the motorcycle circuit is what took me around the world, really, initially. So I mean, I got my foot in the door with that. A lot of places that were, at Sturgis for that rally, some of the same people own places in like Daytona,
Right.
Myrtle Beach, Laconia, and even Galveston. So I was able to get in with some of those people and travel around and do a lot of different shows that way. So
Yeah.
really opened a lot of doors for me.
Yeah, because you guys are going to be hella busy in the next
I know
couple months here.
it's like a 12, well, it's like a 10-day event. It
Yeah.
starts like the Friday before, like Friday I guess it'd be like the second.
Yeah.
Um eh, or no, the first. It starts on August 1st and it goes through the 10th, and it's like 10 days of show of like absolute chaos with like 500,000 people coming in. And this is the 85th anniversary, so there might even be more than 500,000 people in and
Yeah.
out of the area.
And it's
It's
like,
usually pretty massive.
yeah, no sleep
Um,
for Jasmine.
oh no, it's I mean, we do have like a lot of people that'll plan their whole week over like where
Yeah.
they're gonna see us, and it's so crazy for me to know that. Like they're like, hey, we need your schedule because we gotta plan our trip with all our people we're meeting up down there because like we want to see you on this day and this day, but we got tickets to see like, Gene Simmons on this day, but then we're coming back to see you
Gosh.
tomorrow. And like they come to multiple shows. It's a big
I,
deal.
no, I believe it.
Yeah, we have like 9 shows in 10 days. So
You got
we
a
have one day
great,
off.
you got a great fan
Yeah.
base.
Isn't it great? They're so awesome. Like I feel like I'm like the luckiest person ever because um people, well, they hate on it sometimes. Like when I get into the club circuit and stuff, they hate on the whole biker thing because they feel
Right.
like it brings a certain clientele of people that they would not want at their venue. But the truth is, these are the biggest music like fanatics in the world. Just because they ride
Yeah.
motorcycles doesn't mean that, they don't love music and that they
You know
don't
what?
support it. And in
There's some of
fact,
the there's some of the coolest people.
yeah, they're like
Not for me.
rabid when it comes to their favorite bands. They will go to the ends of the earth to see those
Oh
bands and
yeah.
support those bands. So to me, it's like the ideal fan base. Like I'm thinking like, why wouldn't you want an artist like me playing your venue? Because I'm gonna bring you a clientele of people that are just like, if I'm anywhere in 100-mile radius, they're coming, So I
Oh
can bring all these people into your venue, but like I can't, I get shut down like a lot because they're like, well, we don't like biker rock. And I'm like, what's biker rock? What is biker rock? Because
yeah.
you
That's
know,
cool.
I mean, we're doing shows with like Shinedown and Joan Jett and Billy Idol and Heart, and is this I mean, like we're doing all kinds of different Hailstorm. Like it's
Great. I
are
mean,
these biker rock bands? I think they're just rock bands.
yeah. I mean, where did the biker rock craze start?
I
I
don't know. And if there is no such genre as biker rock, can I start it and can I be like the queen of it? Because that
Yeah,
would be
see,
amazing.
there you go.
Should I start my own genre?
I think you should. I think you should make shirts. I mean,
Okay, queen of biker rock. Here
yeah,
we go. Let's go.
exactly. You would sell them out.
I mean, it's a big deal, and I don't understand that disconnect at all because, like, my friends that travel the circuit, like our friends in like Saliva and and like Tantric and those kinds of bands, like they're all doing this club circuit, and they're all just like, "Oh man, you should get on here with us because your originals are great, and like your albums are kicking ass, and like you should do it." And I call them up, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't want biker rock," and I'm just like, "I
Right.
don't get it. I don't get it." But oh well, it's
Hey,
all right.
you'll do it. You're there.
I might just do it anyway.
But hey, why don't you tell the viewers who's in your band?
So my current lineup is probably I think the best players I've ever had in this band. It's pretty stellar. I've got on drums Philip Kelly. He is 6'7" of just like ridiculous power. And he's really into like prog rock and stuff like that. So if I'm not paying attention, he can absolutely flip me upside down time wise because he knows how to do it.
Right?
And we call him PK for short. It's like an inside joke because he's so tall. There's nothing short about him.
Yeah.
And then on guitar, we have Taylor McKee. And Taylor was like this, I don't know. To me, it's like a hidden gem of Nashville. Like he hadn't really been in a touring experience prior to this band, and neither had PK. So
Yeah.
not like over the road like touring. And I don't know if it's just because they hadn't found like a situation that worked for them yet, or that was the like a good match. But like for me to be able to found these two people that this is kind of their first experience and have them like have that kind of excitement and energy about touring and seeing the world and stuff, that energy that you want from people like that
Yeah.
are excited about it, that want to go out and see it and want to go
Passion.
do it.
Passion.
Yeah, they're not burnt and like jaded and like all burnt out from like constant rotation of touring. Like they're pumped about it, they want to go, they want to do it, they want to meet the people, they want to see the things, and it's fun. It's actually really 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 fun.
Yeah.
And of course, we've got my husband, Kevin Bebout, who is our front of house engineer, bus driver, graphic artist, and, he keeps us on our toes. So
Yeah. Bodyguard, whatever you need.
I don't know. Kevin, are you going to be my bodyguard? He's like, Carrie. Yes.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so you've got some great shows lined up now. Are you going to get back in the studio at all for next year?
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do, and this is kind of a long shot, but like, which hilariously is one of the songs on this record, but we put out an album called Seven, and it came out on we did our first release party in Nashville on May the 4th. We did a huge party, Star Wars themed. Oh my God. We took over the whole, like what was Little Harpeth Brewing at the time. The whole building. We had the 501st there with
Right?
their stormtroopers, and we were giving away Gibson guitars, and it was massive. We had like lightsaber duels going on. And we even flew in
God,
like Femi Taylor, who was Ula in The Return of the Jedi, so she was in the movies. We
right.
flew her in from Finland, and like nobody came.
What?
It was This is the dumbest thing. But apparently there's like these cosplay groups in Nashville, and like one of them decided to tell the other one that like we invited them specifically. So that pissed off the other one, and the other one was like, "Well, we're gonna come then," and they were like, "If you're gonna come, we're not coming." It was the stupidest thing. So
The hell?
nobody came. I
That's
have no
crazy.
idea. I didn't understand the whole cosplay slash Star Wars thing, but
No, right?
it was a massive party and nobody was there. And I was just like,
Believe it, I wasn't there either.
weirdest thing ever because it was massive. And anybody that was there was like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Like they were like, it was the coolest thing.
Right?
Um, but yeah, anyway, so then, we released the album to the world, to the masses on May 10th, 2019. And then we got to do a few shows on it, and we were working with a particular management guy, and he put it on Spotify, and then he just dropped the ball completely. And we were trying to contact him to say like,
Oh,
yo, we need to drop that second single, like because we were the first one was getting like a ton of steam. We need to get on it, we need to drop it, let's get it out there so the people are on fire and hyped about it. And he just kind of ghosted. And so we're like, well, then we need to take control of our record back so that we can keep on this and keep the momentum up. And so what he did was he pulled everything off of Spotify, everything offline, because he was through InGroove's distribution, and we were moving over privately to Symphonic, and he just pulled everything offline, and it actually flagged my record for fraud at that point.
oh
So
my gosh.
point, I could not put the album back up and collect it, like all my data that I got, like all my listens and all that initial fire for the record was over. I can't count any of that. Spotify does not count any of those numbers. None of those spins count. It's all considered fraudulent because of what he did. And then, of course, coming into 2019, the winter rolls around, and what happens? COVID, right? First thing in
Yeah,
the spring in 2020. So we can't even tour now to like try to give this thing another breath. So it died like before it could ever live.
yeah,
And we were always so devastated because we felt like that was such a strong record. We still feel like that's such a strong record that just did not get to see the light of day.
right.
So our goal is to kind of go back to work on that record and maybe add a few more tunes and remix and master it. Maybe have someone else produce it,
Sounds good.
and then do a deluxe version and just re-release and see if we can get that back out there in the hands of everybody because
Yeah,
it's just so overlooked and it shouldn't be.
I would love to hear it.
It's a great record. Actually, it's the only record I think you can get of ours that's on Touch Tunes right
Oh,
now.
okay.
So you can hear it on Touch Tunes.
Okay, great.
That was the one thing I pushed really hard when we got over to Symphonic. I was like, shoot, nobody can listen to this on Spotify because it's fraud, it's flagged. So let's get it in Touch Tunes so they can at least play it in bars. And
Yeah,
that's really the only life that thing ever got. So
yeah.
you can still listen on Touch Tunes.
Yeah, there you go. Now, is there an artist, Jasmine, you'd ever want to play with?
Oh, there's so many.
Jelly
Yeah.
Roll?
I mean, that would be amazing. I just think he's a good guy, and it's kind of funny because there's this small bar in Hendersonville, Tennessee, which is 20 minutes from my house, and it was owned by a friend of mine named Barney. And Barney started this bar, and we all love Barney. He's like a local guy, born and raised, which
Great
actually I
one.
never mentioned. Both of my band members are born and raised in Nashville. So they've been part of the scene since, they've known about everything since, old Nashville became new Nashville. So they've experienced it all. But this little bar called Barley's
Yeah,
um was just like a way for Barney to get artists on the stage that he felt really like deserved more attention. And one of those people was me. I was actually one of the first people to perform at his bar. And one of the first people also to perform in his bar was Jelly Roll. And it was before Jelly Roll was Jelly Roll.
yeah,
you know? So I just think it's so cool. We have like all these run-ins of moments from like pre-era. And
yeah.
who knows? Maybe we'll see each other again sometime
I
soon.
mean, there's
You
so
never you never know.
yeah, there's so many amazing artists in Nashville that you have, contact with, like
Yeah.
Blackwood. What a great band. You know,
Yeah.
Circus, you were there that night at the Convoy. It was a great night of music. And
Yeah.
Nashville is so amazing for all kinds of music, but rock bands are really like I mean,
They're pumping right now. So they're like, and we've had to fight really hard for that because 20 years ago when I moved to Nashville, there was no rock scene. There was a
no,
very underground rock and metal scene, and very few people knew about it. And it took the family of just kind of all rock and metal people. Like we all went to support each other's shows all the time
right,
because we were all we had. So we had our very good friend Bonnie Neves, and she and her husband, they had this what they called the Music City Mayhem Awards.
yeah,
And so they would recognize like all the rock and metal bands that were in the area, and they did these awards every year, and everybody was there, and it was such a camaraderie, so different now than it was then, because now everybody's like competing and fighting, but back then we were all just like clinging to each other to like give the city any kind of a rock scene. So
no.
it was like, yo, we're gonna link arms and just run through this maze together. And now it's just kind of like it's a lot more competitive. So it's a little bit different vibe. But
But
yeah, we
thank
had
you
to fight for that.
thank you for keeping rock alive, my friend, because let me tell you, we have to do this. I mean, it's my life's mission because
Yes, yes.
there's so much happening, even here in Las Vegas. The rock scene is kind of taking a dive. And,
And Counts is gone, right? Vamped is gone.
yeah, and I was there the last night of that club. And
Yeah.
there were so many of my friends, so many bands. We were like in shock.
Did you see Kathy Alberts there?
Yes, yes, I saw Kathy. I've seen her many times.
She's been a friend of mine since South Dakota days.
Oh
Like,
my gosh, she is amazing.
yeah,
So nice.
yeah.
But
It's so
yeah,
funny.
it's crazy. I mean, the way rock is kind of taking a step back. Well, we're not standing for that. We've got to keep this train going,
And
Jasmine.
but for every one that shuts down, there's another one or two that pop up. And the most important thing that people need to remember and need to do is to get out and support those scenes,
Yes.
because if you don't go, they can't keep their doors open. It's up to you to keep it going.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I try to tell like people even in Nashville, I'm like, thank God for the tourism, because the tourism, there's somebody in a bar everywhere all the time.
Right.
But if it weren't for that, how do you think these doors stayed open? How do you think that this rock scene even survived through those first years? It was because when our buddies were playing down the street, we went. And we paid the cover charge, and we went. And then we knew when we came back to town and we did a show that they were going to be there for us too. And it's just
Exactly.
that's part
And
of it. That's part
and
of it.
that's why it's my life's mission to bring artists to the forefront that might not ever get seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they don't
Well,
go
and look
to
at country, why is country music kicking so much ass now? Look at what they're doing. Tons of collaborations. That's all there is. You got Hardy and Morgan Wallen and Jelly Roll and
Yep.
Lainey Wilson, and everybody's joining together and doing, appearances together, and that's why it's working. It's because they support each other. So
Yeah, and you want to hit different genres that people maybe, on the rock scene, on the country
yeah,
scene, maybe on the bluesy scene. I mean, they're hitting all the right spots with that.
100%, 100%. And
Yeah.
that's what it's going to take for rock and roll to continue to survive.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And,
note to everybody out there that's watching or listening, like when you see your buddies playing down the street, go check them out,
yeah,
go say hi. Write songs together, collaborate. It's all about the collaborations right now.
yeah,
So, which also I will extend a hand to anyone out there that, like, if you want to collaborate, I mean, I'm down. I'm down to do that. What's the beauty of now, this day and age, is that we don't even have to be in the same city. We can
no,
do all of this, flying in the stuff, and do it all from studios that are close to our homes, and then just,
yeah,
work on it from afar. And it works. I actually used to do that with a bunch of friends of mine, that were like NAM buddies of mine at the
right.
National Association of Music Merchants. So we'd go to Anaheim every year, and we'd be like, hey, I got this new project. It was like, cool, Dropbox bandmates, shoot me the
Yep.
links. And they shoot it over, and we record our
I mean, it's
parts
great.
and send it back.
It's great the circle in this business. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
and there should be more of that. Like, what's the harm? What's the harm of, like, doing another song and just putting it out there? Like, you never know
exactly.
what's gonna hit.
I mean, it's not, what it's who you know. I mean,
Yep.
that's the whole
Who
thing.
you know today might not matter at all, but
Right.
who you know today might matter tomorrow. So
Exactly.
you got to stay in touch with everybody. Yeah, it's important. It's
Exactly.
important because you
Well,
never know when that hit's gonna happen. And it can happen for anybody anytime. There's like this weird light bulb that goes off, and then suddenly somebody sees that person and goes, "Holy shit! How did we sleep on this? This person deserves big stuff." And then they got backers, and then they got tours, and then they got all these things, and then they got to put together like their whole show. And they're like, it's overwhelming, but like you get all these friends and all these people together, and then like it's like you have a team without having a team.
right. It's
So
like you never know, you know.
right, you're
But
right.
Jasmine, let's do a follow-up interview
Okay,
later in the year, in the
okay.
fall, and we can talk about 2026.
Yes, well, I would love that, because we're actually nominated for 7 Josie Music Awards, and the Josie Music Awards are November 2nd
Okay,
at the
so we're
Grand
gonna,
Ole Opry.
we're gonna talk.
And
I think we should talk before that. So I'll be
okay,
in touch, and we'll talk a little bit more maybe about the Josie Awards, and
okay.
a lot of our friends are nominated. So
They are. It's gonna be a big night for us. We're actually really
I
stoked.
wish
That's the
I could
most
fly
awards.
out for this. I really
You
do.
should. You
Oh,
should.
yeah. I
It's
would just
the
love
biggest
to
biggest
present an
independent music
award to you
awards in
guys.
the world. You
Yeah,
should come.
that's for sure. Well, Jasmine, have safe travels.
Thank you.
It was great talking to you. Have an amazing birthday.
Thanks. I'm gonna go eat a piece of cake before this restaurant closes. I
There
got
you
30
go.
minutes.
All right. And we'll talk soon. All right.
That sounds great. Thank you so much for everything.
We take care, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you guys.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.
Jasmine Cain, what a great performer and songwriter. This story isn't over yet, so stay tuned, folks, with Jasmine Cain. This is the Vegas Rock Goddess on the Rocks. Always like and subscribe to On the Rocks Total Entertainment, because you never know who I will be interviewing next.